right, let's get to this segment now about Broder, because I love Broder. And he tweeted something out. You throw that tweet up, everyone can react to it. He put this out, and Broder's trying to walk back a little bit. Let's see what this man's walking back, because now he just commented in the chat. To preface, I don't think they make a move, and I think they free Khalif Raymond like a mug. He actually said the other word for the first 6 games. No, Matt Broder, you tweeted this out. Yeah, don't walk back. He said whispers are getting louder surrounding a possible offensive weapon that the Lions are targeting in the trade market. Broder, you tweeted this out, all right? Don't
14
walk
hours
back.
ago.
Don't walk back. Oh, I mean, they were, no. You said they were, who are they getting, Broder? Are they getting Mike Evans? Tell me right now.
Are they getting a 1 Cooper Cup?
Don't walk. Okay, he says, I'm not walking back. Those are the whispers. Who's whispering? All right, that's what I want to know, Broder. That's easy, this. Who are your sources? The Morning Woodward Show demands an answer right now. We want to know who your source is. And he said, Broder also said, no. I said, look at the Rams, Eagles, Falcons. So we're getting Van Jefferson, which actually I would have a problem with. Ooh. But what could that move be? What could that move be, Sam Flannel? Broder just said it ain't Mike Evans. Like, Broder's trying to spill all the beans, and now I think listen, Broder, that's why we appreciate you. He said Van Jefferson, Quez Watkins. Okay.
Quez Watkins is nice. He's a burner.
Yeah. No, I like Quez Watkins. So you got Scotty Miller, Jonnu Smith, and then Olamide. How do you pronounce that last name?
Zacchaeus, I believe.
Zacchaeus.
Oh, Zacchaeus?
Zacchaeus.
Nah, I don't want Zacchaeus.
Well, I'll take Van Jefferson. I wouldn't mind Van Jefferson. But the question I have, and I'll ask the room this. What is that move? What is that move that you expect Brad to do? What is something that you hope he does? Because Broder kind of hinted at it. We saw easy hint at the Mike Evans stuff. I don't think this Mike Evans stuff is real. I just don't. Maybe Mike does get moved. I don't think it'll happen soon. But I will say this, Brad's going to be shopping. And there's some good wide receivers getting cut. Jamison Crowder was just cut. You got James Washington from the Colts. Like, guys that aren't bad. Like mid-level guys that, I'm not going to say are game changers, but guys that may upgrade what you already have. Make your wide receiver room a little deeper. Anything you prefer, Sam Flannel?
All right, so Matt Broder tweeted this, so I'm going to go off it like it's, at least there's some whispers going around. He mentioned Van Jefferson. If somehow the Lions can get Van Jefferson, inject that into my veins right now, because if the Lions are able to get him, I am also convinced, just like with Mike Evans, just like with Cooper Kupp, those are way more far-fetched, that this could be the best offense in the NFL, because Van Jefferson, we talk about a big play guy. And in 2021, he had 802 yards on 16 yards per catch. A very, very impactful player on a Super Bowl team. And even last year with an injured Matthew Stafford for most of it, had 369 yards in 11 games, 3 touchdowns. He's basically a lifetime 15 yards per catch guy. The dude is an absolute burner and a big play threat, and I would love for Van Jefferson to come to the Detroit Lions. Of course, if they could work it out, if they could get a trade, if the financials would match up, and if Brad Holmes wants to do it. He also mentioned Quez Watkins. As you guys said, Quez Watkins is a guy I wouldn't mind either. Like you said, another burner, another big play threat kind of a guy. He had a big year in 2021 by his standards. Last year, his numbers fell off, but that also coincided with A.J. Brown coming to the team. Obviously, your numbers are going to take a dip when you get a number 1 wide receiver. And then, of course, you have Devontae Smith, who's one of the best number 2s in the league. And then another name that was mentioned, what about Rondale Moore? I'll tell you what, I was a big Rondale Moore fan in college. He's one of the most electric college football players I have ever seen.
That man's a weapon. Just a weapon.
State fans know about him.
Oh, dude. Rondale Moore single-handedly destroyed Ohio State in that game. And I'm not saying that to dunk on you or anything.
No, that's fact. That was one of the most painful games to watch because it was a night game.
Yeah.
And you just watched, I think he was either a true freshman, he was a freshman at the time, and he just went through Ohio State's defense like a knife with hot butter.
Oh, it was one of the greatest single-game performances by like a college weapon I've ever seen. He was borderline a Heisman candidate his freshman year. He had some injuries at Purdue. He never quite duplicated that. And even in the NFL, he hasn't quite, I would say, made the impact that we thought was maybe possible for the Arizona Cardinals. But last year, in 8 games, he had 414 yards on 41 receptions. He was pretty damn good. He's a guy who, and imagine this, And I know he put up some decent numbers in limited playing time. That was with the Arizona Cardinals.
Right.
And I understand that Cliff Kingsbury is an offensive coach, but still, it just didn't work out there. The Arizona Cardinals were an absolute dumpster fire. Could you imagine maybe a Ben Johnson scheming ways to get Rondale Moore the ball in space in many different ways? Because he's a guy you could even run on reverses. He did that from time to time in Arizona, like they did with Amon-Ra St. Brown last year. Get him on those quick screens. Rondale Moore is one of those guys that you could almost pencil in the Ben Johnson system. I would say a couple of big plays of maybe 40 or 50 yards. And he's even a guy you could maybe use in the return game if they don't keep Maurice Alexander. So I would say Rondale Moore, Quez Watkins, and Van Jefferson are the ones on Broder's kind of list of guys who, at least, I don't know if they're guys that have been whispered about, but those are guys that Brad Holmes has either scouted or worked with recently. And I think those are the three that I would want, and I think they would very much help the Detroit Lions. I would say Van Jefferson would be my first choice, and then Rondale Moore, and then Quez Watkins out of all those.
So let's do something fun today.